So the colonies are becoming a bigger threat to themselves, at least the colonial nations in the New World. They are actually battling it out, and it's kind of our own little Europe kind of focused in a whole new region. It'll be interesting to see exactly, what kind of liberty desire starts to develop and from what nations.
And I really should check in on more of the wars that happen in North and South America when there's something going on crazy in Europe. Yes, that's cool, but it is interesting. It's always interesting to see exactly who's winning these colonial battles. It's obviously not as important because more than likely these guys won't take anything unless, of course, someone rises up and becomes. There's some England, Brazil. Oh, there's some noble rebels, some Brazilian noble rebels. And France is, yeah, again, it's so weird. So we've been seeing this a lot where the English colonies just are not very successful at war for some reason. I don't know if they just have, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe they're not focusing in on their military too much. Maybe that's not what Elizabeth wants. Maybe to keep them down. That would explain things. The new England territory is only at 19 liberty desire. I believe that was a little bit higher before last time we checked. Oh my gosh. English Brazil is not happy. They are really, really not happy. But the thing is, who would support their independence? That's the thing. Let's see if some stuff gets taken away from France here. Rome's been pretty quiet. Yeah, I think we might. I don't know. It depends. It looks like France is still pushing back against Florence and Austria. Obviously, England is kind of in their own world here. Ooh, Reform Zealots. Reform? Reform? How did they... Wait, what? How? How is that? How is their reform popping up? I have never seen that before. Reform. We talked about how... Wait, what? Was I wrong? Oh my goodness. Wait a second. Germany is Protestant. Okay, that is really, really weird. I was totally wrong. I apologize, guys. I said that Protestantism cannot form in these custom nations like this, but they can. I guess just the tests that I happened to... I think I did 2 or 3 different tests, and every single time when I got around to the 1600s, there were no Protestant nations. Maybe it's very difficult for Protestant nations to survive. Maybe that was the case. But wow. Wow. And so the Celts are Reformed, and Germany is Protestant, and that's it so far. That is really, really interesting. I like it. I really like it. That'll be fun to see how that plays out. No, it's too bad that Germany's not super powerful. Oh, and France is pieced out here, it looks like. Yes, they did. They pieced out. And France is okay, though. They're okay. I don't think anything happened. No, Austria managed to get a territory from France, it looks like. This was part of... Yeah, this is a core. No, that was a claim. Who was this from? Claim. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I got that backwards. Napoleon managed to steal away further into Austrian territory. That is what happened. So this was a core, and there it is right there. Both of these were cores, formerly of Austria. Wow. Napoleon still even though they looked like they were going to lose that significantly, they still managed to grab something from that. So let's see the Liberty Desire now. It's at 73%. Wow. But if no one supports their independence, then nothing will happen. Transferring trade power to England. They have a truce. So far, no one is supporting the English Brazilian nation's independence so far. So who knows? These reformed rebels are messing up the Celts. You know, the smart thing about England taking this province here is that there's no longer going to be a strait crossing. The Celts do not have complete control to move into Ireland, even if they want to. And I think the English are starting to build up more and more of a navy. Although most of their navy might be in the New World, so who exactly knows what's going on? So no current wars, still very quiet. I like it. I like that a lot of the world's been a little bit more quiet. Anything going on here? Nothing much. No more interesting colonization, except for Spain kind of blocking off the Zulu. Spain blocking off Shaka. How about Byzantium? So Byzantium is allied to the Russians. Russia's got, oh my gosh. So all the nations that are expanding out this way, Sweden, Russia, and Byzantium are allied to each other. But Sweden is not allied to Byzantium and vice versa. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. I like that. Who's Riga allied to? Riga's allied to Poland and Russia. That's exactly who you want to be allied to. If you're Riga, in between this scary situation of both Catherine and Kashmir, you want to be friendly. It's very smart of them. Man, even more zealots are popping up too. So what's going to happen? I imagine that this is going to change to what? This is going to change to Reformed, right? So is that the only way to do this? Is that must have what have happened? Is there only? I'm so confused. Did rebels have to spawn up to change the Germany around to Protestant? Is that the only way? I'm assuming maybe. I have no idea. Carthage is now touching Askia, and their empires are touching. Rome is continuing to push forward. That's why Rome's quiet. Rome's still going after Africa. There's going to be an interesting three-way sort of proximity war. I think that's going to happen soon. The thing is, Carthage is still allied to Askia, and they do not like Rome. Yeah, no, they do not like Rome. Let's check on rivals. You know, rivals always tend to change. Let's check on this. So far, Russia's ally... Oh, they're rival to Poland. We knew about that. Catherine's rival to Poland and the Ottomans. And that's it so far. Are they rival to... No, they just don't like Denmark. So they only have 2 rivals so far. Byzantium is rival to Persia, the Ottomans, and the Huns. They also don't like Poland. They're actually... No, they're rival to all 4 of those. I'm sorry, Persia, the Ottomans, Poland. They're also rival to the Greeks. France doesn't like Austria, the Netherlands, or England. Really, they love each other, though. Spain and France love each other. Spain is rival to... Oh, that's why they're so friendly. Because both Isabella and Napoleon don't like William and Elizabeth. Makes sense. That's why there's these big alliances that are forming up. Actually, you know what? There's no more... Who's allied to the Celts? Nobody. Oh, Spain is allied to the Celts. Okay, so they got off there. Rome is rival to Venice. How is Venice doing? And how is Venice still alive? That's shocking to me that Venice is still alive. A lot of these nations are only alive because they have the alliances to keep them alive. That's what's going on here. They've got some crazy alliances that are keeping them alive. Can't wait to see. So this is going to be a Moroccan colony, right? There's only 3 colonies so far, so it doesn't form its colonial nation just yet. 2 more provinces, and we should see something. Yeah, 2 more provinces. The Netherlands look like they're not pushing forward in the Caribbean anymore. Waiting for someone to go after Mexico. That's what I wanted to see. Is that liberty desire still so high, super high? With it's somewhat with Brazil. They want their peace, but they want their independence. But I don't know if it's really going to happen right now. Egypt's doing a great job. Egypt's been doing a fantastic job. Poland's allied to Venice. Oh, that's probably part of the reason why Venice is so successful. Let's go ahead and check on... Let's check on, what can we check on? What's something that is kind of important to check on? Colonies. Oh, I guess I can't look at that. Score comparison again. So who's doing the worst? That's something that I should have looked up a long time ago. There we go. So Poland did just pass Venice, as we thought. And I'm sure now, I think both William and Catherine are probably going to pass up Austria and Venice. That probably won't take too long. Spain, I'm surprised, is doing so well. That is pretty surprising. Let's see who's doing the worst. So far, the colonies, obviously, are doing the worst. No surprise there. But what about of the customizable nation? Okay, the Zulu. The Zulu. Sidon's still alive? Oh, no, Sidon's dead. Oh, I didn't know. That shouldn't be here anymore if they're dead. Well, I guess they have to keep their score. Oh, the colonial nations don't get any score. When they become independent, they will, though. That'll be interesting. So the Zulu are even further behind the eliminated Sidon. That right there is the biggest smack in the face of Shaka I think I've ever seen. Wow. So Babylon's not doing good. We figured that. Ethiopia, not good. Portugal, not good. The Huns, Belgrade's gone, but they managed to do okay. Persia, surprisingly enough. So everyone below Persia, it shouldn't be surprising. They only have a handful of provinces. So Persia's big, and they've done good. Having Persia this low is really, really shocking. I can't believe they have Darius all the way at 25th ranking. Because look at his empire. I mean, he's doing pretty damn good. Oh, Assyria's starting to catch up, though. The colonization from Assyria is starting to slowly catch up. Yeah, no, I'm really surprised about that. I wasn't expecting Persia to be 25th in the ranking of this game. That is pretty bad. I'm impressed that even happened. Then we have Songhai, okay, 24th. Assyria, 23rd. Denmark, 22. 21 with Germany. Germany's not doing bad. Celts at 20th. 20th ranking. I love the peace that's going on. It's a great big peace. And I'm assuming that a lot of the wars that have happened, man, France really needs to clean up the score. This is seriously bothering me. This score is just terrible. But, Florence might clean it up for them. Florence is rival to Rome. Wait a second. does Florence like France? Well, that's good. They're the same religion. That's a start. That's positive for them to stay alive. Carthage still has the Islamic nations team up. Yeah, they even brought down the Ottomans. Morocco is not allied to the Ottomans though. Why isn't Egypt and Morocco allied to each other anymore? They have positive opinion. I don't know why Morocco is not liked by Ramses. Strange. But yeah, no, the Islamic nations are sticking together, which is pretty cool. I really like that. Any more changes of... I don't see anything else, any more changes to religion besides the reformed that the Celts grabbed and Protestantism from Germany. They're the only Protestant nation in the world. Lots of Catholic religions popping up in these provinces in the New World. Conversion from missionaries, I'm assuming. And William's going to have a nice La Plata colony down here. I don't know if it's going to be the strongest of colonies, but you know what? Well, it's going to be interesting because I'm pretty sure... Oh, that's weird. Wait, are they rivaled? They're not rivaled. So William likes England. They're not in an alliance right now. I was going to say William needs to ally England. That's one way to keep him alive. He's got some weird things going on here. William is not in a good place. He's not in a good place. His allies are not strong. Florence is not that strong. Celts are really not that strong, and neither is Sweden. And you're facing people that really don't like you, William. You're surrounded by France, who hates you, Austria, who hates you, Germany doesn't like you, Spain doesn't like you. He needs to get up some better alliances, really, really fast. But his colony should be good. Morocco kind of blocked him off from La Plata going after Brazil. Okay, now England's starting to put... Actually, no, that's not from England. That's a colony that Brazil itself, the colony itself is pushing. Yeah, because no, England is only pushing for New England. That's the only thing they care about, is New England. A great time of peace as we enter the 1600s. Probably the longest peace we've seen so far in this campaign. Very, very long deal of peace, and I'm assuming that a lot of the nations are starting to kind of twiddling their thumbs because of all the chain of alliances that they don't want to... I think because the next war that happens is going to be big. And I don't know if there's a nation that wants to face that right now. The good thing, it's going to be big not only because the alliances have formed up and there's not that many weak nations still left to go, but also because everyone is regaining their manpower. You've got a lot of nations regaining manpower, building up armies. I mean, let's look at manpower overall. Riga's not doing so well. Neither is Assyria, Egypt, or the Celts. But we've got the Russians at 44,000. Morocco at 44,000. Morocco at 34,000. Poland at 30,000. Songhai at 29,000. It's interesting to see how some of these nations that are outside of Europe have the most amount of manpower. And I'm assuming it's because they have just simply gotten into less wars. So France is slowly catching up with Poland. It's close. Poland still has a huge force limit, though. Russia right there. How does France and Poland feel towards each other? They like each other. Okay. Surprised they don't have an alliance. They don't have an alliance, but they do like each other. Now, how does France feel towards Russia? They don't like Russia. Russia's opinion of the French. Oh, that's switched. I'm sorry. And then we have France's opinion of Russia. Okay. So they both like each other. Surprised that alliance hasn't formed up. Sweden is pushing forward. Wow, good for Sweden. Look at that. They might get to the Pacific Ocean before anybody else. Sweden is getting closer and closer. I mean, they're going to pick up some big provinces, so it looks like it's further. It looks further away than it actually would take. It wouldn't take too long. They actually might even go for Alaska. It's possible for them just to go straight for Alaska. That would be cool. Yeah, no, that would be really, really interesting. But yeah, no, I that's the French, Polish, and Russian diplomacy and relationships will be. I don't know. It'll be interesting as that continues to develop. William's at 20,000 manpower. Who has the most mercs? I'm imagining it's Venice is up here. No, actually, it's William. He's probably making a lot of money. Well, the Caribbean provides a lot of extra trade power, and it's a very, very, very valuable trade node. How are we doing in the New World? It's 3.4. Yeah, that's the most valuable trade node in the New World currently at 3.4. And they're transferring a lot of that. You know what? Elizabeth's probably getting a majority of that on her side. Yeah, most of that power is coming from both the Netherlands and the Netherlands West Indies. So it's transferring out towards this way. there is absolutely no value here. France isn't even trying to collect from this way. I think they're trying to send it to Paris, which is their capital and their trade capital. That's why. So they're both just letting it go on straight into French territory. This is actually where France controls a lot of the power here. Oh, but you know what? I bet you anything William's trying to push power up to the English trade node from this node, which is helping them out a little bit. Austria's still collecting quite a bit of money. Where's like the weakest trade? Oh, Crimea is a pretty weak trade node. Alexandria is doing better and better at 11.1. Persia's got a nice one over here. Wow, 9.4. The Persian trade node is nice. Cape of Good Hope. Zulu, I'm surprised because Zulu even have anything. There we go. There's the first one. So we have Portugal at war with Spain. Wait a second. Now, what is going on here? Oh, again. So it's the French allied to... Oh, dang, this is bad. Oh, this is bad for England. This is very, 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 very bad for England. So let's check on this. Now, once again, will these nations, France and Spain, do some work? Okay, so this is actually a war Spain declared on Portugal. It still might benefit the French, though. It could. Venice is joined in on their side. I'm sure Venice is going to handle Florence for them. England and Portugal. Oh, this should be a landslide. This should be an absolute landslide here. Spain's going to grab that. France is going to grab that. More than likely transferring the trade power to Isabella because they're nice. I'm sure that Venice is keeping Florence preoccupied. No, Spain's over here. They're not even... Yeah, Spain is over here. And because England doesn't have that strong of a navy, England can't really do anything. Their wars inside of Europe are not... They can't go inside of Europe. They have a very, very weak navy, and it's so strange. I don't know where their navy's at. It's weird. And actually, let's just go check on it right now. Where's the naval power of England? Total. It is pretty low. It's only at 17. They only have 17 ships. Poland has more, and I thought they were landlocked. No, they're not. They're barely not landlocked, but they control some in the Black Sea. That doesn't really count. I think they've got a lot of galleys. That's the thing. Well, you know what? See, still, Spain is doing a lot of work in... Carthage is continuing to colonize. Spain's doing a lot of work of colonizing Africa, but they're just not protecting it. And that is not good. Wow, I mean, Portugal's managed to get themselves up a pretty good area. I mean, this is probably where Portugal's going to be banished to. They're going to be banished to Western Africa, and they better hope that their relationship with Askia is high. It's not high, but it's not too bad. Only at negative 35. It's not terrible. But yeah, Maria's going to have to really be cool with Askia. Because it looks like she's going to get pushed out, I think. Florence is getting messed up. Yeah, you know what? France and Spain might get a lot from this. Maybe even Venice. Maybe Venice is even going to take some stuff away from Florence. Oh, and there's another war. Another war that Poland has declared war on by... Poland declared war on Austria, it looks like. Sweden's joining in on the other side. Man, Poland's just doing that free ball in it. Poland's doing that all by themselves. Taking on the Byzantium Empire, Greece, and Austria. Sweden's not going to be able to provide that much. They might be able to send some transport ships, use the transport between the Baltic Sea from Scandinavia to Polish territory, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. What's the war score looking like? So yeah, Spain's got 25 war score. I can't believe Poland. That was ballsy. Very, very, very ballsy of them. They did that pretty much all by themselves. I know that Austria wasn't in a super good situation, but still. To not do that with any of your friends? I don't know if that was the best situation. So again, Byzantium is going to be also fascinating to watch because their main empire is here in the Balkans. But all their colonies, a lot of their land comes out from this way. And I'm assuming that they've got a lot of troops, like armies and stuff like that here. Persia's almost even kind of blocked them off from the Black Sea, which will be interesting if they don't get military access. Oh, this is Persia. This is not Byzantium. I'm gonna get that confused like the entire game. Anyways, guys, looks like I'm about to stop right there. Can't wait to see what happens with Spain and France and what they take away from England here. Also, I don't know what's going to happen with Poland. That's a ballsy, ballsy move by them. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.